Hello, everybody. This is your host, Job Entertainment. Uh, I was supposed to play the intro, but I don't have that configured right for the cam only scene that we have going on here. Sorry. Oops. Learn new things every day. Let's make sure that you guys can hear me, though. Or check. Sorry about that. OBS might be on some weird issues today. Hopefully that doesn't cause any problems. Looks like we are live though. OBS crashed. Never actually had that happen before. Hey Wills, how you doing? Alright, I think we're good. So, I've done a bit of work off camera. I've got version 3 ready to go, even with extra textures. So we've got kind of a stippled pattern with this one. We've also got some circular channels cut out. Where's the other one? You've got, come on, focus. Got ribbed for your pleasure. And we've got our standard smooth. So, whichever you want to use, there are all options. I'm going to move the camera around a little bit so that we can get installing them on the stick here. Well, actually, I do have one of the plain ones installed right now. So very simple. And I also changed the forward trigger a little bit, so you get much better clearance for your finger. You can see all that additional space is now freed up. So no more cramped feeling. Feels pretty good. But I want to swap them out so that we can show you what they look like. Snapped out a little faster than I was expecting. I was worried I lost something. So there's the original one. Goes out. Now let's move the camera. All right. Push the old parts out of the way. We don't need those anymore. Bring the light right around. It's hard to keep the desk clean. Why is that? Pull these parts up. Sweep. Okay. There we go. got our tub of food grade super lube anti-seize silicone based lubricant. Got some Q-tips. And I'm going to show you the install process for one of these, and then I'm going to pick a combination that I like and get them installed on my primary sticks. So with the stick like so, you need to keep track of your torsion spring and your compression spring. There are no additional springs needed for this version. So that's one of the big changes this time around is the hardware that you get with the stick. That's all you need. Nothing else. Except for obviously the 3D printed parts. But no tuning springs, nothing like that. It's super simple this time around. But you do want to make sure that you apply lubricant generously. Like Mom might have told you, there is no such thing as too much lube. And I just want to get this on all the parts that I know are going to rub. There's a rib out here on the outside. Oops. That you want to hit as well. One. Acts as a spacer to keep it off of the case. Set that part aside. And then we're going to up this piece. So we're going to do a matching ribbed set for our demo unit. Really painted on all those contact surfaces. Okay. So that's two pieces done. The next one is the forward trigger. Okay. And I found that the lube also helps with assembly just a little bit because it kind of gets everything sticky enough that it holds together a little better. Don't get it on your fingers and your fingers slide all over the place. And then you want the long stem to be pointing forward. Just build your little part sandwich like I did here. And then you want to rest that spring that the bore is around where the axle is going to come through. And then the short stem is going to be poking out the back here. And get these lined up your hole. Okay, maybe there is such thing as too much lube because I can't see what I'm doing. Out a little there. There we go. So now it's in place. As you put it on, you're going to push that longer stem up onto the back of these two little columns here. That provides torsional resistance that the trigger needs. And then this part can be a little tricky, but you need to get this compression spring sandwiched between the button and the primary foot. So if you angle it down like that and push it just a little bit, and kind of pop it in. Just like so. Do a test, make sure everything is working correctly. And then you can put the button back in place. This will have a screw holding it in place when you first take this apart. I've lost that one on this demo unit, so don't lose yours. You can put the button in place, and then you can put the other side of the shell back on, and now you can put your screws back in on the other side. I don't do that with this one because I just keep this around so that I can do tests with it. But that's feeling pretty good. So here it is with the ribbed version installed. Works well. For my personal sticks, I'm going to go with a combination. I'm going to use the stippled secondary triggers and the channel primary triggers. Let's get those brought together. And I'm also going to need to steal back the forward trigger from this guy because I only printed 2 of them. So sorry, this one's going to be incomplete. This I'm not self-conscious about this belly angle. This is great. So this will be a little tricky. You're not going to see my face a whole lot here, obviously. But I'm going to try and keep at least the stick that I'm working on in view for you guys. Now, these are blind holes, so it's kind of tough to tell if you've got them out far enough. I just have to leave that one in there. Probably same for that one too. I feel like I'm getting good engagement with that one, so I'm going to switch to the flex rod. Possible I may be missing some screws as well. I stay wide. I think that helps you guys see it a little better. You know, I thought I would like this Omni throttle a lot more than I actually do. I think it's kind of overhyped. I'm not really a fan of how it changes the ergonomics. We did get one screw out, so that one's definitely loose. Omni throttle has also made my life as a mod developer quite challenging. Whew, okay. Looks like I am, in fact, missing at least one screw. So, mystery solved there. And I know I've lost this one on the demo unit, so I should be really careful about losing this one on my personal unit. But drop the button. Not the screw, just the button. So our V2 has the springs installed very similarly to how they are on the stick by default. And now I'm remembering, I bent this spring and glued it in place because it was causing me some issues. Just dropped all my Q-tips. That's awesome. That's not going to be a pain to clean up later. Oh, that's not what I want. the piece. There we go. That's kind of what I had to do to get my V2 to work better. Sith Lord Naughty Bear. No, I'm not dead yet. Why does that sound like one of my coworkers? Sounds like something they would say. Okay. Got the original V2 out. Don't lose your compression spring, very important. And now we need to just take our forward trigger out. Welcome back, Morris. How we doing tonight? Don't think there was any trick to getting this out on the other stick. I think it's just gotta keep working it. Felt a screw fault. There's another one. Crap, we're losing screws. Good night. Okay, that one was a little tough. I think there must have been some glue residue on there. So, hopefully you will have an easier time. But this will be our saving grace because you get a spare torsion spring built into your stick. That's what your forward trigger uses. Maintain its tension. So that it gets that little bit of pre-travel, but our mod eliminates that pre-travel, so we don't need it. So we can repurpose it. So instead of using the janky bent one, we can use the new one. So, second verse, same as the first. Gotta lube up all these pieces. The Q-tip, I think, was a little sloppier than the toothpick that I keep in my lube tub. So I'm just going to use the toothpick. My precision applicator. And let's see, I'm going to check my Amazon notifications. The headset is supposed to arrive here today. I really hope Amazon doesn't make me a liar. I would love to do Star Citizen VR today. I have a Quest Oculus 1. Oh no. Now it is saying expected tomorrow by 8 a.m. That sucks. So we might try it with the Oculus One, but I know it's not going to be a great experience. So we're not going to do that for a long time. But I know some people have had issues getting it set up, and I did get this working, so I kind of wanted to just walk through what I had to do to get there. But we apparently are not going to be doing the nice VR today. We're going to be doing Oculus Quest 1. Not great. Alright. Build your little part sandwich. Set the spring in place with the long tail towards the front. And this time there is no such thing as a left and right version. They are identical. I think this post is a little tighter than demo stick. I hope that's not the case. I ordered a Quest 3 off of Amazon. My thinking being that it's similar in a lot of ways to what the Steam Frame will be. It's also a fairly inexpensive headset, so I won't feel bad about giving it to my family when I get the nicer Steam Frame. We need to angle our compression spring so that we launch it across the room. Okay. Not working as good on this one. I think I'll probably need to re-drill these holes slightly to oversize them a little bit. It seems like there's just a little change in perhaps, might even just be a mold tolerance issue with this stick. So your mileage may vary, but I want to get through demoing the unit today. So it does feel like it's kind of working itself in though. Maybe it just needed to get that lube distributed. let's start putting this back together. Okay, it looks like we have one screw still in its screw hole. That one. We have this one that we pulled out earlier. Then the top one. Yeah, that's feeling pretty good. Round two. That brings our total up to 4. 4 is good enough for a stream. So, roll with 4. And then I immediately tried to put it in a hole that was already populated and almost lost it. All right. Okay, that feels pretty good. Now, I don't expect this other stick to give me nearly as many issues. This stick has been working a lot better. It's also vertically oriented, so I don't think I'll be able to lose as many of the screws. loosen them all? Go. All right. Tricky part about this one is lean over a bit more to see anything. Compression spring, very important. Got the couplet out. See, that one came out super easy. What the heck was going on with the others? Off our second torsion spring. And I think I may have made a mistake. These are definitely different gauges. That you can even see it in camera. So thicker one came from the primary trigger, thinner one for the forward trigger. So they are not identical. Good to know. I may want to change that in the future. Other have another, oh, there it is, channel and stippled secondary combo I'm going to roll with. $4mm OD compression springs, correct? If so, what length? No additional springs needed for this. This only uses the springs that came with the joystick. There's no need to source springs this time around. that'll probably make your job easier, right, Morris? Yeah, all you do is make your little part sandwich, grab your spring, lay it in there with the long tail facing forward, wiggle the forward trigger onto sandwich. And just wiggle everything into place. Put your compression spring on your red button. Let it snap into place on the back side. A quick test fit. Yeah, that's a lot better. I think I am going to go back right now and change out that thinner spring because that feels, ooh, that's crisp. Yeah, it was easily one of the most common questions I was getting on the video. Unfortunately, there's not really. I didn't have a good way of measuring the gauge of the spring that I put into mine. So, the trick was you just needed to tune it. You might have needed to buy just a pack of 4mm springs and cut them until you get a length that works. Which I know isn't ideal as far as instructions go, but I don't really have a way around that. But this time around, I can just say, "Yep, springs that came with your stick. That's all you need." Oh, seven Trog, welcome to chat. How are we doing tonight? Just loot gobbling it up tonight. Yeah, new patch. Lots of stuff to check out. I have not found any of the new weapon attachments. That's kind of my goal for tonight. Figure out where those spawn. The new Klaus and Werner ones look really good. So do the Volt ones. And there's just a lot of different attachments that have been added. Okay. So all those still working fantastically. Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to leave it as is. You can feel that they are a little different. But it still feels good. So, choice is yours. They both work. You can go with the thinner or the thicker gauge. As long as you don't lose one of them, that would limit your options. Now, who would please stop staring at my junk? Nice. Whoops. Hit the zoom. Taking you on a rocket ride. There we go. It's good. It's really good. So now, with the old version, you had to source that spring that you see in there, and I just took mine from ballpoint pens. And really, the whole idea was that this spring would keep them moving together as a unit. But in rethinking for version 3, I realized that's not actually a feature that matters. So this time around, the secondary trigger just rests on the button that it is supposed to actuate. So it's right there, ready to go. And then the primary trigger moves separately from it. And then there's just a little foot that engages at the end of its travel to engage the secondary trigger and kick it into position. So mechanically, much more simple this time around. There was the idea that you could tune it to some degree on the version 2, but and technically you do lose that ability on version 3, but you were tuning it to get it to a usable state, and this is just no tuning required, right? It's got a much lighter trigger feel compared to its predecessor. So I actually started to notice while doing all the testing for this, my fingers were actually getting a little tired pulling on the heavy trigger of V2. This is significantly lighter, while also giving you much better tactile response. That was one of the complaints that people had with V2, and that's one of the things that I specifically set to solve in V3. And because they are not moving as a unit, and primary trigger basically does its thing until it's actually ready to do something with the secondary trigger, there's a lot less mush in the travel. It feels a lot cleaner, a lot more crisp. So, a much better feeling trigger overall, in my opinion. And with that lighter feel, you're not going to tire as much. I think I will still probably need to do a little bit of work on my left stick, just because I had previously glued it, and I think that glue is kind of screwing me over here. I think there's a little bit of grit kind of stuck on that rod that you won't experience. This is more, right stick is more akin to a new stick, and that install was perfect. Exactly what I expected. But yeah, this one still has a little bit of gunk I think I need to clear out on the left side. So I'll have to do that off camera. I'm not going to bore you guys with that here. But they do both work, and that is fantastic. So we've got one video to review uploaded by CIG. Go ahead and close out extra windows. Switch back to, it's a short one, it's just 2 minutes long. Dawn of Engineering. Looks like a Star Lancer beat up. It needs an engineer. Oh no! Someone save the Pico! Probably DMCA music, thanks CIG. I'll have to look this out later. Everything's on fire. We're all good.
Warning, fire detected. Warning, fire detected.
The fire looks amazing. It holds up exactly as it does in this video. It looks really good. All right. So, yeah, good video. I want to go through, if you're trying to get VR working, there is something that you need to do beforehand. You need to create this user.cfg folder file. You can just copy it directly as I have it here. I did not write this myself. I think it comes from the instructions, but I watched another YouTuber's video talking about how to do it. But this just gives you the things that you need to be able to set up, to be able to launch the game in VR. And you need to put that in your, in this case it's in my PTU folder because that's where I was using it. But we're going to copy it and put it in the live folder. I don't know what these are. That's interesting. So just like that, super easy. Then you always want to make sure you launch joystick gremlin if that's something that you use. And my eyesight is good enough that I don't need the glasses. But you do need to launch your Horizon software or whatever it is that you're using. That's weird. Oh, did I just launch the wrong thing? Is that what happened? Okay. So just want to make sure that you're connected. Pop on the headset. Grab the controllers. On screen, I know you guys can't see this. It's asking if I want to allow the device to access the files. And I'm enabling the Quest link. Okay. Now, the footage is not going to look great because it is VR. You're going to see a split down the middle of my screen, and it's going to be a very weird aspect ratio on both sides. I know that there are ways to get a better feed for you guys. I don't have that set up yet, so I'm just warning you, it's going to look a little jittery, and it's not going to look super great. But this should launch in VR. And hopefully this will, because it's monitoring the main monitor, it will show up the way it's supposed to on the stream. I was really looking forward to the Quest 3 being here today, but Amazon let me down. Jeff Bezos should dock his pay. So what you see as a itty bitty screen right now, in my view, is it's pretty massive. It feels like I'm looking at an IMAX screen. Like right now, I'm pointing to the top right corner, top left corner, bottom left, bottom right. So pretty massive. And you can actually do all of your navigation in here. This headset's really picky with the getting that sweet spot for your eyes set up. So everything up to here has been a flat screen. This is flat. You guys can probably read this better than I can. My resolution is so low that I can't make any of this out. And it's quite small on my true screen as well. Oh, there we go. That's where the sound was playing. See if I can feel around for the gamer glove. Is this it? Is this my gamer glove? my body. Okay, got a feel for that F. So, the immediate problem with streaming in VR is that you guys are probably seeing a lot of jitter right now. Only about 5% of that is what I'm experiencing. It feels like you get some dropped frames. Oh, whoa. I feel like I could do low and touch that ceiling. That's pretty nuts. As janky as this experience is, most of it I hope is what can be blamed on the headset. It is pretty cool. Oh man. This is pretty nuts. I feel like I could just reach out and like stroke these leaves. I can like I'm noticing all the particles that they have hanging around. It's just like the dust. And they're probably a little bigger in part because of the resolution that I'm playing at. These are some stairs, y'all. Wait. Okay, getting a little bit of, I guess you'd call it rubber banding.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System. Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicles selected. Staff, your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
There's still some UI things that obviously are kind of scuffed. We were told that, you know, it's not going to be perfect. Left controller battery low. If only I cared. I think as far as the purpose of our demo today, I want to do a combat mission, and then I'll probably switch back to playing on the flat screen. Because I know that your guys' experience is probably not great here. And this is really cool, but I really hope it's the headset, because this is the first generation Oculus Quest, but the experience is not great for me either. Gotta close one eye to focus on that.
Hello, how can best help you today? Systems on.
It's kind of wacky. I can see the desk up here.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I feel a little nauseous looking at that. Like, I know I have seen probably this exact same thing so many times in Star Citizen. But I kid you not, I feel like if this glass wasn't here, I would be falling to my death. Okay, let's get away from the station.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Okay. Pull up a contract. Let's do something relatively easy. Where's my marker?
Foxwell here. Thanks for taking the contract. Make sure to gear up before you head out on patrol. Always pays to be prepared when you're not sure what you'll run into out there.
Quantum travel engaged.
I think something's going on with the UI scaling. Like, I'm seeing a little bit of double. I know that that's something that you need to tune. I haven't worked out what settings those are, though. So, I'm going to ignore it for now. I don't think that's something that affects your guys' experience. Because you guys are just having a terrible flat screen experience anyways. So, I'm suffering in solidarity. Let's look at it that way. I did try this a little beforehand in the PTU, just looking around in the Venture Titan. And with that one, you have like the panel out in front of you with your instrument cluster. This one is a lot more involved. Like, I feel like I've got these straps coming over my shoulders. You've got the screens right here in front of you. My hands are in the game. It's so trippy. It looks like these are my hands. They don't respond the same way my hands do. You know, like, see, that's disconnecting. Oh my gosh! But like, as my character moves, like, the shoulders moving, and I feel my shoulder moving. Holy Hannah! My character doesn't sit cross-legged like I do. So that's a little different, but my goodness, as far as immersiveness goes, this is insane. I could probably add bars like this to my chair here. I could probably make them functional too, like make it so that they do something. Maybe they could hold. I mean, like the Steam frame shouldn't need like outside-in trackers, so there's probably not much use for something like that. But maybe they could hold like some speakers for a surround setup. I'm gonna need to work out those tricks to make it a better streaming experience for you guys, because once I have that headset tomorrow, I don't think I can go back. This is so cool. Triggers feel great. The UI for showing me my ship health and the marker, those are a little cluttered right now. Those could be spaced out quite a bit farther than they are currently. Oh, wait, am I going the wrong way? What? Where did it take me? I totally missed the quantum marker, didn't I? This is truly something everybody needs to experience. This is incredible. And I definitely need to get around to adding the footrest to my chair. That was a project that started a while ago, but if I'm gonna be locked in like this into a headset, I need to be able to kick my feet up more. Okay, I think it's this one. I think you take this one and you drag it all the way down. No. That's better because at least it's a clear double vision instead of kind of on top of each other. Oh, hey, that's better. That's at least analogous to what I'm seeing. that's the setting we need. Oh, that's much better. Let's kick that out. Did I just click the wrong one? Yes, I did. Okay, that's a little too far because it's at the edge of my visor vision. Yeah, Trog, I don't know how long ago you typed that. I do apologize. We are learning together how to set this thing up. So, should be a better view for you now. Ah, see, that's what it was. There's a marker directly behind mine. It didn't let me pick the one I need. This is such a big watch. Hey, look at that! Such a shorter distance.
Quantum travel complete.
Oh, jeez. Got a contact that looks like they're in trouble.
Mayday, mayday! Outlaws are attacking my ship!
They're taking so much damage.
No, you're not, dude. Chill.
Bastard!
I'm heading out. Take care.
Hey, this
All right.
is Walton with Foxwell. One of Foxwell's clients has a ship in trouble and they need security support. I hope you'll be able to keep them safe. Good luck. Scans are clean.
That was so cool. I know I didn't react very much in the moment, but it seriously felt like I was flying this ship in space, and that guy was like maneuvering around me.
Quantum travel engaged.
I definitely need to take more time though. Probably need to like load up an arena commander. I don't want to bother doing it with this headset because I know that the new one is coming tomorrow, right? But like I see Quantum Beacon written twice across my vision. Let's see. You guys only see it the one time, but I see it like on the left and right of the thing. So just like those text things immediately to one side of the icon, I see those twice, one in each eye. And that's annoying because they kind of run into each other. The sweet spot on this headset is very restrictive, so that is another challenge. There's also some jitter. You guys can see it too, so maybe it's a performance thing. Well, I don't know. It doesn't seem like you do see it as much in your guys' view. For me, it's like almost constant. It feels like there's dropped frames. And that might be a conflict with how the two systems are trying to do their smoothing. A viewer mentioned that on Answer the Call with Croncy and Mike. They mentioned that there was a setting that you need to turn off to fix it, but I couldn't find it on this one. Maybe I'm just not familiar with the
Just make sure the sector's secure. Head to the marked location.
software, but I definitely need to. Okay, so there's some different areas I need to paint. But like, yeah, anytime I move my head, it feels like there's like a jitter that goes on.
Let me confirm. Yep, that sight light is friendly and functional. Let's move on. To the next one.
I'm going, Foxwell. Chill. It is so trippy to look down at my character's hand and have them be like exactly where my hand is. It's like that. There's a famous experiment, right, where you have a dummy hand and a curtain, and then your real hand on the other side of the curtain, and you make it so that the participant can't see their own hand, but they see the dummy hand. And you set it up so that it looks like it's connected to them, so you give it like a sleeve in some of the experiments. And in some of them, it doesn't even matter. But then you do the same action to both hands. So like the person conducting the test might stroke the hand, you know, just do a gentle touch on the back. But you do it to both, the dummy hand and the real hand. And after a few minutes, you associate with what you visually see as your hand, which is the dummy. And then if you do something dramatic, like smack the hand, the person reacts and they yank their hand back. It feels like a little bit of that going on. Like, I feel like I should be able to flick that thumb up, but it doesn't respond. It's like I can't get my hand to listen to me. But it's so visually close to where it should be that it's really messing with my head. think this headset is restructuring my cheekbones in real time.
It's like a monitoring satellite. Seems functional, so let it be.
Okay.
Head to the next point.
If you have the means to do so, though, this is definitely worth trying out. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. I really wish that MetaQuest 3 had arrived on time, like it said it would, but this is still blowing my mind with a 5-year-old headset.
Received.
Let's see. Let's scan it first, just in case this guy gets mad at me.
Hold tight. That satellite isn't registered. You're cleared to take it out.
Caution. Target friendly.
He told me to take it out!
Caution. Target friendly.
And with that, our work here is done.
Okay, objective complete.
We're clear here.
Shield off.
If it looks like I'm frowning, it's literally because the headset is like molding my face. I'm very much enjoying this. Don't let the frown confuse you. I feel like I need Botox to resist the pressure this headset's putting on my cheeks. That asteroid looks incredible, though. Oh my gosh.
Stand by. Gonna do a quick scan.
Shield on.
Probably gonna be some baddies. As far as the triggers go, these are doing fantastic. The tactile response is so much better than version 2. And look, it sounds like I'm bagging on version 2. I'm not. Okay, I did a lot of work to get those working, and I'm very happy with where they ended up. But this design is a marked change. And it's just so much better, which, I mean, that's what you should hope for a new version, right? Like, back when the iPhone first came out, the iPhone 2 was a huge step up over the iPhone 1, but now that we're at iPhone, I don't know, 69 or whatever, everything feels
Don't see anything here.
the same. But going from version 2 to version 3, this is a huge step up. So, I mean, obviously, I have a financial incentive to say that, right? Like, I sell file packs. But it's only $10, right? So if you liked version 2 and you're looking at version 3, I can say without a shadow of a doubt, you'll probably be happy with the upgrade. I mean, doing the scanning, for instance, that was something that even on mine, which I spent quite a bit of time tuning, it was always tough to get it to where you could rest on the sweet spot and just have it activate stage 1. But I could sit here all day Same with the other stick. And then you get a much better response from that secondary trigger. It's kind of blowing my mind how much better this is. I'm really, really glad that I revisited it. And when eventually I do get the Virpil sticks, whenever those decide to show up at my door, the same lessons are going into that version. And so Virpil users are in for a real treat, because they're going to have some amazing triggers coming down the pipeline. I know that sounds very braggadocious, but it is what it is, man. It's just really, really good. So that is our one mission done. Oh. Oh. That is so cool, though. Holy cow. Okay, let's put my high def glasses back on. And just like that, we're back into normal eye tracking mode. I was just looking at this asteroid a minute ago, and it felt so much more real than it does now. But this is probably much less nauseating for you guys. So we're going to stick with this. Let's find ourselves another mission. It sounded like I was getting all kinds of pings. Nope, it was just Amazon telling me that they're letting me down. This one goes 4 mg. I want to track down these new attachments, though. So we need to find those. I have already checked ASD locations. I didn't find anything there. So I'm thinking maybe the QV stations or contested zones. I feel like if they were in the QV stations, Discord users for the channel probably would have mentioned it, because they've been going through those quite a bit. So let's head to Pyro and see if we can't find anything there. Oh my gosh, why, if Pyro Gateway is in another system, why would you tell me? Oh, okay, that one's too far. We need to refuel first. So, let's see. Or Tressler. If I hadn't gone the wrong way for that first jump, I'd be able to make it. Stressler have pads? I think it does. Oh, man. That secondary trigger feels so much better. Holy cow.
Shield on.
Is that something? Is that something my ship is doing? I keep hearing this like buzzing, and I couldn't figure out if it was like something outside my headphones or inside. I don't know why the ship would be buzzing. I didn't take that much damage, did I? Yeah, the headlights on this one are useless. I'm trying to avoid needing to land because then it's going to make me do the whole song and dance. I just want... Here we go. I just want the pads so that I can refuel super quick.
Landing successful. Quantum fuel at 100%. Launch sequence complete. Shield off. Landing gear up.
Alright. The map is defaulting to your ship view. I don't know that I'm really a fan of that. I think that they need a different app. Or, I don't know, maybe that needs to be a setting I can change.
Quantum travel.
So with the revisions we've made for the paddle trigger out in front, we should still have an extra desk here. I'll just use the default one. With how we've adjusted this, it sits a little farther forward than you might be used to with the stock setup, but I have comparatively small hands to other adult males. I wear a size medium nitrile glove, if that gives you any reasonable reference. I can still reach the paddle just fine. I don't know how clearly it shows up on the camera, but I can put my whole finger pad on that. So it does sit a little farther forward than you might be used to, but I don't think it's at all any kind of an issue. What it does do is it gives you just enough finger freedom to be able to move around. So I don't think anyone is going to really feel like they are cramped, which was a legitimate complaint with the previous version. Mr. Arrow, welcome to the stream. You just missed the vomit-inducing VR section. Well, it wasn't that bad actually. I just don't have a good headset to do it with, so I was using an Oculus Quest, and the settings were all goofy. But incredible experience. You also missed us installing the new triggers. We're testing them live right now, but they are mint, if I do say so myself. You know, not to toot my own horn, but these are pretty awesome triggers. And since you weren't here, I'll show it to you on the camera. I made different textures for them. So there's a ripped one. There's ones with like circular channels cut out. There's a stippled one, and then there's the plain one. I'm thinking of picking up the Steam VR headset just for SC. I am as well. I was supposed to have a MetaQuest 3 delivered today. It was supposed to be here before stream started. That didn't happen, so we used the Oculus Quest 1 that my sister loaned me. That thing is terrible. It is definitely showing its age. I was hoping to have the MetaQuest 3 to have the much better experience, but didn't happen. When eventually I can get my hands on a Steam frame, though, that's going to go to the family's house. So I am definitely going to be picking up a Steam frame. That thing looks incredible. The foveated streaming, amazing. It takes foveated rendering and just kicks it to a whole new level. I think VR is really going to kick off in a way that it has not before. Right? Like the Index really did a lot to not necessarily mainstream VR, but it brought it to a lot more people. And the MetaQuest, the whole line has done a lot to help mainstream it, but man, Valve has really knocked it out of the park, I think, with the things that they are introducing. So I'm very much excited to try that out. Yeah, guys, the eye tracking is really cool, and there's still definitely a place for Tobii eye trackers in your SimRig setup. But I don't feel like those are my hands anymore. I can definitely tell they are my character's hands. And like, I can make the character's shoulders move, but it doesn't feel like it's my shoulders moving. The immersion is, it's broken. I'm as usual going to wait to buy it for at least 6 months after launch. I've learned the lesson the hard way on being an unpaid beta tester. You know, fair enough. Whenever I'm making impulsive decisions like this to jump onto a new technology, I convince myself that it's because I'm a content creator and I need it for content. That's only partly true. I could definitely go without having the Steam Frame VR, and I could definitely be smarter with my money and hold on to it for a little longer. But I will use it for content, and I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment too. I mean, I play Star Citizen avidly. I make mods for Star Citizen. I probably put, like, I mean, I'm at the concierge level on one of my accounts, so there's at least $1,000 worth of JPEGs on my account. But then when you add up the TV, or sorry, the monitor, the joysticks, all this money that I spent on equipment to play Star Citizen, like, YouTube doesn't pay me that much, guys. There's definitely still something wrong up here. I'm spending way too much money on this stuff. I wish I was making that much money from YouTube. If I could justify everything as, you know, oh, it's content, and I'll more than make that back with the ad revenue. That would be incredible, but we're not there. OMG, please don't make me do that math on mine. I'm already 10k deep on my Star Citizen addiction. And ironically, you don't play, right? That's the part that kills me. You haven't jumped in yet. Yeah, you gotta hop in, man. Water's warm. This has been serious. I know lots of people have said it, but it's been the best year for playability. There's still a lot of jank, but it's so much more improved. Like, you would not recognize it from 3.18. I wish I was wearing the headset for this. This probably looks incredible. Nice! Yes, Trog. I stream on YouTube, Twitch, and Rumble. You know, the site for all the right-wing channels. I'm on everywhere but Kick, because I don't abuse animals. So there's no... They wouldn't want me on Kick. But other than that, I try to position myself on everything else. Oh, I mean, if you seriously never... I feel like you're trolling me again. I think this is the Henry Cavill thing all over again. But I'm going to take you at your word and pretend like you don't actually know what Kick is. Basically, once you commit enough content violations on Twitch, you get banished by the mods, and then you inevitably go to Kick. And it seems like all the worst people are on Kick. Except for Asmon. He's probably like the highlight of the entire site. But you'll find people that got a little too spicy with their hot tub streams, people that abuse animals, and just a bunch of other things that got a little too edgy for Twitch, and so now they're on Kick. And then Rumble came up as like an alternative to YouTube. Right now it's largely dominated by just right-wing political commentary channels, because those were a lot of what got shut down on the YouTube side. There is some game. What's his face? Dr. Disrespect streams on Rumble. But I do it so that there's at least a backup of some of the things, of my streams at least. Okay, I suppose we're going to need to refuel here. I can't make it to the nearest CZ. But yes, I multi-stream. If you have the means to do so, it does help me out a lot if you just keep a copy of the stream open in each site. I don't care which one you pick to actually watch from. I know a lot of people prefer Twitch, but it does just help the view counts. I'm kind of doing it. It's not the best thing for increasing the view stats. Like, ideally you want to prioritize one site and get lots of people watching on there, but I'm trying to cater to what people want as far as like streaming experiences. So I'm doing the multi-streaming for that reason. Okay, there's the buzzing again. Do you guys hear that? Is that from the game? Okay. It's so bizarre. Feel- Oh, you're I mean, let's open up the Odyssey app. This will tell me my battery level. I don't think I'm low though. And I think it usually has a voice tell me what's going on. Yeah, I'm at 62%. So it shouldn't be the battery level. Okay, is it Monox that has one? Oh, okay. Might be the noise canceling. Suppose I could play around with that. Okay, there's checkmate. Go to checkmate.
Launch sequence complete. Landing gear on. Shield off. Quantum travel engaged.
Let's see, there's buttons to adjust noise canceling. Okay, I'll power cycle it. Okay. Well, it might have been that because like when I cycled it, it goes to the speakers and then it goes back to the headset. So it might have just pulled the sources around. That's what I would guess. I can't wait to have a proper headset. It's gonna be so good. Some things are definitely still going to be better in 2D, right? Like, I don't know that I'm really gonna love doing it in FPS mode. Doing it, I mean, like combat. Just because, like, my muscle memory is still very much set up for 2D gaming that way. But certain elements of flying feel almost natural in VR. Like, judging distance, so much easier. It's like comically easy. What is my next joystick mod on the horizon? Well, we've got the Virpals on the way. They should be here in January. So my next mod will be transitioning the version 3 to work with Virpal sticks. So those will be available for everybody.
Quantum travel complete.
Forget how dark it is around here.
Shield on.
I just heard it again. It's not like a constant buzz. It's like a zzz, 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 zzz. Like, it almost sounds like an alarm of some kind.
Contact received.
Which makes me think that maybe it's something to do with, like, the engineering update. Like, maybe there's something I'm not picking up on.
Landing gear down.
Okay, I can confirm it's coming from the headset. I was able to catch it live that time. It's probably very quiet, so maybe that's why you guys aren't hearing it.
Engines off.
So I was thinking, oh gee, I need to make sure I don't lose my armor going into the CZ, but then I remembered, oh wait, Tier 0 armor recovery, I can't lose it. So we're good. I can go in with my rather expensive Palatino set. Absolutely, Mr. Arrow. We've got a few. I'm always happy to take suggestions. One viewer did suggest a toggleable damping clutch, which I think sounds pretty cool for making it so that you could, like, dramatically increase the damping and then take it away on the stick. That would be pretty neat. I still have to think about how I could make that happen. Without it being just a complete makeover for the entire joystick base, but yeah, feel free to suggest a way. I do have a couple things that I am keeping a little closer to the chest until I have at least the Verpals in hand, but I do have some ideas of things that we can do with them. I'm also looking at making potentially some custom inputs. Let's put it that way. Double check. Okay, yep. Do you know anyone that rides bicycles competitively, or have you seen a competitive road bicycle and how the shoes latch onto the pedals? Yeah. I don't ride clipless, but I do mountain bike, and I know a lot of other bikers ride clipless, which is ironic because like very few people ride with clips nowadays, and so clipless seems like it would just be the clipped pedals, but I don't know if he knows I'm here, guys. I don't think he knows I'm here. Oh, now he does. Can you hear me? I'm just looking for weapon attachments. Do you want to party up? We could just party up. Like, if you want the cards, I don't care about the cards. You can have the cards. There. Sent you an invite. Okay. Well, I'm not going to shoot this guy. He hasn't shot me. He doesn't want to accept my party invite, but there's not really a reason to shoot each other because it's not like I can loot his stuff.
I'll cover you!
Whoa. Okay, just foodstuffs. Okay, like shoe clips into pedals on a bike. Oh, okay, yeah. I think you've mentioned this before. Something like that, but for joysticks, right?
I'll cover you! We got trouble!
Yeah, I'm not opposed to the idea. I wonder how a simple strap would work for that. You know, kind of like what you have on VR controllers. That would probably do what you're looking for.
Ah, God damn it! Here we go. Taking injuries. Psychic shots. Guess we're fine. Someone got knocked. I'll cover you. Got one down. Go, go, I got your back.
The sticks have too many axes.
I'll cover you. Go ahead.
Oh, oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's a whole squad. Hello, fellow occupants of the contested zone. I'm just after weapon attachments. I don't care about the cards, I just want weapon attachments. You guys can keep the cards. I just want weapon attachments. Oh shoot. He stole my gun. Okay. Alright. There it is, though. Maybe they tried to take the gun. Look, I know that odds of them being nice was basically 0. I don't even know if they could hear me. But that was a full squad. I wasn't going to win against them. I don't think. I might have been smarter to just stay hidden. Yep, gun's gone. Let's see if I can just... see if I can just get the gun back. I want the gun. It was a nice gun. Had tweaker attachments on it. And I saw it on the floor next to my head, so I don't think that they saw where it went. Got my gun back.
I won't last long here. Move in position. Be careful, someone just got blasted. Shit! We're down one. Stay still, damn it.
They don't know where I am.
Go, go, I got your back. Oh shit! Last one.
They're shooting at something.
Time to end this. Something's up. Gotta check it out now. Over.
Shoot. What were they shooting at? And do they know I'm here now? That's the way it came, right?
Go, go, I got your back. Someone got knocked.
Yep, shoot first. Good rule. Also, keep your ammo topped up. Another good rule. Red door's open. I don't remember these NPCs from last time.
Stay still, damn it. I got you covered. We're taking casualties. Touch him on airway. Friendly down. One of ours just got cut down. Let's see how they like this. Not a problem.
These guys are kind of cracked. That was insanely close. Health box. Oh, now I hear Copian too.
It's on now. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, FPS combat has gotten really tough with the server improvements. They are pretty cracked.
Guess we're fighting.
Okay, where are you shooting me from?
Okay, let's do this.
Okay, here's one of the boxes. That's just got weapons in it though. No attachments. Okay, that's not loading in properly, I don't think. There's a loot box. Those. I feel like there's sections here that I haven't seen before. I might just be rusty though. That's where I came from. I'm a little turned around, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I got ya. Yeah, we lost one. Guess we're fighting. Grenade out. Yeah, you owe me though. Yeah, I got ya. It's on now.
So, here's my thought. Maybe if I kill myself before they can get to me, maybe it helps me keep my gun. I don't know. We'll find out. As soon as they got me down, that's what I did. I just backspaced. I wasn't seeing, like, any of the good loot boxes, though. I might need to get a group together to run it. Ah, see? Kept my gun that time. So, I really don't know where these would be spawning. I wonder if Captain Foxy Loxy's found them. Let's see if the tube has anything. See, I watched this one from Fried Chicken, and he was just testing them in Arena Commander. How is this allowed, YouTube? Jeez. Kinds of ads that they let slip. I say let slip, but... Okay, wait, no, that's from 11 months ago, so that's not... That's not it. That was also Fried Chicken, though. Funny. Come on, Foxy Loxy, let me down. You're supposed to know this stuff already. You're who I use to get knowledge. So, I feel like that's a pretty safe indicator that they're probably not easy to find. Because if he doesn't have them, you know no one else does. But there is one other thing I want to take a look at with the new patch releasing. CIG did put out some more patch bundles. Those actually looked pretty cool. So there's the trailers, we already saw that. There's fire hazards, repairs, resource network that you have to manage. I only flew a single seater today, so there wasn't a whole lot of that going on. New DLSS transfer model, that was pretty big. I was using that in that session just now. And Vulkan now supports HDR, which is really cool. So you can now run Vulkan and HDR at the same time. Here we go. This camo looks pretty dope. And I'm really hoping that they make the move towards separating skins, weapon, and armor from each other, because it's much better for the game economy. But I love the look of this Gladius. That's a pretty sick skin. And why not? Let's take a look at what else they've got on the pledge store. Got the NBC, new, basically a plantable turret. From what I've heard, though, it's not doing super hot. L-22 Alpha Wolf, just the better wolf, essentially. Flight Blade, under a different name. Golem X. I don't think we took a look at the pricing. I can't remember if we looked at the pricing before on the Clipper or not, but 135, that is steep. But I know it's probably a bit on the short side. We covered the main points that I wanted to hit today, which was showing how to install the triggers, how they work in the game. We tested VR functionality. We looked for attachments. I'm going to do some more research off screen to see where we can find them. But so far, I've checked ASD locations and CZs. I don't know if we can really count that looking at the CZ, because wasn't all that successful. I'll be honest. But we are going to cut it here. If you have the means to do so, channel members are greatly appreciated. Thank you, John Best and the Prime, for your financial contributions. It directly helps support content like this. But hey, subscribing is free. Jumptown might be an option. It could also be like in other mission locations, so I'll have to take a look around and see if it shows up in any of those areas. But until next time.